women and hair. Natural hair, straight hair, permed hair. Today we're going to get all into it on the HighLight.
Hi, my name is Camille from Sweet Roots. Sweet Roots is all about taking clients' time into consideration. Focused on healthy hair care. Our focus is to make sure that women are aware of what they're putting in their hair. A lot of times we spend all day in the salon, and Sweet Roots want to change that concept, change that narrative, the confidence to know that they can get a silk press and we care about their curls when they wash it the next time. Just putting them on game, really, about what's out here. We're just here to spread the word and take consumers' time into consideration and hopefully change the game, change the way we think about getting our hair done. When we think about a salon day, it's not an all-day event at Sweet Roots. It's a come in, how are you, can I help you? And we make sure that you leave on time so that you have your whole day to do what the hell you want.
Welcome to the HighLight. So many different hairstyles here. Let's dive right into the conversation today. What is your first experience of getting your hair done? I know mine was 6 a.m. every Saturday morning. It was dreadful. And I absolutely hate the salon because of that experience. Thanks, Mom. So what was your first experience of getting your hair done?
Can I just say, I feel like my experience was very unique because I was reared by my oldest brother. So he did the best he could with what he had. It was me and my oldest sister. Religiously, every 2 weeks, we were in the salon, roughly around 7. But the thing about it is, to this day, I still love getting my hair done. You don't have to wake me up. I'm actually going to wake you up. Like, I knock on my brother's door like, it's 6:50. We need to be going. And I do recall, it was a little bit after my mom passed, and my first time sitting in the hair salon was to get my hair done for her homegoing service. That gel it up, that spritz in the back, it had the pin curls. I remember you take that bobby pin and you still get in there. But it was a beautiful experience, and I thank my brother for it because to this day I realized the importance of maintaining your hair. Taking pride in your crown. Yeah, he was a good man. He still is a good man. Go brother.
Isn't that so interesting how everybody is talking about we're getting up so early? And is that like a theme in the Black community?
Because you don't get up.
You don't know how long you're going to be waiting. Like, even if you have an appointment.
Well, and they never start on time.
They're not even there when you get there.
My first hair experience was, the one I can remember is when I got my relaxer. Okay, there's a picture of me on the porch. I had my hand in the air, my hand on my hip because I thought I was the bomb. Right? And I had on this purple little skirt. My hair was laid. I was 7. But I just keep thinking back like, wow, is that young? That seems really young to get your hair relaxed. But back in the day, Black people, that's what we did. We got our hair relaxed. That was just the natural step. Once the hair started growing, once it started getting a little kinky, relaxer. No questions asked.
What age was it
just for me? Yeah, I was 7.
Yeah,
I was 7.
Okay.
And
I
so,
might have been younger than that.
I think I was younger.
really?
Really? Younger than 7?
Maybe like 5.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Wow,
That's really young. I mean, I was young. I was 10, I think, but I didn't go to the hair salon to get a perm. I had the Just For Me box perm.
Oh yeah, that's what I used to
Just
do.
for me.
And I had the cassette tape, and I would put it in. I would jam it. Okay, that was my absolute favorite.
But isn't it crazy how they made it a jingle? Like, we were
Yes,
supposed to
that's
like
so true.
really love getting our hair relaxed.
And we aspired to be a Just For Me girl.
That's right.
Yes, that was me.
What about any of you all about your first experience?
So y'all have all these like salon stories. My story's in the kitchen.
That too.
I was going to auntie house, cousin house, all of the above. And I remember we had this amazing lady, Chris. I used to work with the family. And we used to be in the kitchen. And she just had a hot comb. She put it on the fire. And then it'd be like, and I was like, she's like, it's the grease, child. It's the grease.
But
I hated it.
But hot combs, and just think about how we've progressed over the years from hot combs, and now we're at the flat irons and everything like that. But I noticed that a lot of us have talked about relaxers and flat irons, but we have a lot of natural looks up here. So let's talk about transitions. How do we transition to the natural?
Well, I transitioned to natural because I came here. I was born and raised in Birmingham.
I was gonna say we gotta back up.
Yeah.
We obviously have visitors. You gotta tell us your name. Introduce
My name is
yourself.
Carol. I'm a photographer, graphic designer. I'm a host of Black Balance Podcast.
Yes.
But I came from Birmingham. I moved here to go to college to arts to Atlanta. And in Birmingham, to get a permanent hairstyle was $40. I got here and they were like $80, $90. I was like, no, hold up now. I was like, I'm just gonna have to transition. I'm just gonna have to do something. So that's when I started my natural journey because of the cost to get a relaxer. It wasn't because like, oh yeah, I wanna represent myself. It was like, yeah, this costs too much.
Here's a question, because I've been natural before, and I found that natural hair is more expensive than relaxed hair.
Well,
are you finding that now?
I keep, like, for the past year, I've been wearing braids, just because it's so easy. I get up in the morning, I don't have to do anything. So I would say that could be costly, but with my natural transition, because I wanted to keep it low cost, I just twisted up my hair.
Okay,
got
so you
some
kind of
product.
maintained yourself.
Yeah, I maintained it myself, so it was inexpensive. And then I started locks. I had locks for 7 years.
Your hair is gorgeous, but so thick.
Thank you. Yes.
Taya, what about you? Introduce yourself and tell us about your hair experience.
So originally I'm from Petersburg, Virginia, but I just moved here in October from Baltimore.
Welcome.
Thank you. My hair journey is kind of all over the place because I done tried everything. I started getting perms early because my father had me for the weekend. My hair is thick as hell, and so he didn't know what to do with it. So he popped that Just For Me cassette tape in. He read them directions. Yes, my father gave me my first perm.
Shout out to the daddies though.
No, not shout out.
Doing it fast.
When my mother came to pick me up, y'all, she cursed him out.
I know.
She cursed him out. I was younger than 7, but I think I was older than 5. So we lived in
I'm
the
upset with
cowboy
your father.
He's trying.
He's trying to get it
He's
right.
trying to get to the business.
I'm sure she did. You probably got cursed clean out.
Yes.
So when we talk about relaxers and color, because I notice you have color, and I'll come back to that in a second, but I know when I got color, my hair fell clean out.
Yeah.
It was right before I went to college, the summer before I went to college. And you know you want to show up to college looking your best. Right? My hair was thin, it was broken off, and before that I had really long hair, so it was devastating to me. And I want to talk about the confidence and how it kind of declined once my hair was gone. You know, the confidence I had in my beauty kind of went down because I'm like, damn, I don't have no more hair. And I want to talk about how our hair is linked to our confidence. Does anybody have that experience?
Yes. We didn't give you an opportunity to introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But that is good.
We're all like family. Go ahead. I can't wait.
Hey y'all. My name's Audrey. I currently work for an educational nonprofit. Super excited to be here. I've had locks for about 14 years now, and I think about my transition. A lot of it was because I wanted to transition to natural. So I was down here at Spelman. I'm originally from North New Jersey. They always knew when I went home because I came back with some little extra style. I had a little updo, a little 27-piece, little something. Being at Spelman, I was getting my little Spelman flow. You know, everyone walking around with their natural hair. Got it done in Atlanta. It was amazing. Went back home to Jersey for the summer. I could not find someone to do my hair the way it was supposed to be done. It would be like so thick and like sticky, and so then I was just like, forget it. I'm a little impulsive, so I sat in a chair and was like, just chop it off. Like, we're getting locks, and like they started about this small, and wearing locks, my hair has grown the longest that it's ever been.
That's how my hair was.
Yeah. And when you talk about confidence, I do think like just being allowed to like be my natural self and like. And find beauty in my natural hair and natural self, that gives me confidence because I don't need anything extra.
And to be like, this is all mine.
Exactly. Like the lashes, the hair, the nails, like I'm good. Like I'm grateful for how God made me, and I think that has like helped build my confidence. Like as I walk into the work world, the real world, trying to date and find a man, all that stuff.
And we definitely gonna get more into that because I do feel that the hair and confidence, it does kind of play hand in hand. So we definitely have some transitions for you guys right after this break.
Yes.
Want to join the conversation? Follow us at the official page of the HighLight TV on Instagram and Twitter.
Welcome back, highlighters. We're going to transition the conversation for Black hair into confidence and dating. And I'll kind of go first with my confidence story. Again, I didn't really go to the hair salon. I can't really remember going to the hair salon until I was probably like 18 or 19.
Wow.
I literally, I had aunts and cousins and older sisters who did my hair in the kitchen. I had everything from a perm to a jerry curl, the crochets. Yes, I had jerry curl. I had a jerry curl at 4. No. I had a jerry curl at probably, I think from like 4 to 6.
You were letting your soul go.
Oh yeah. From like 4 to 6. I think then I got crochets, and that was like super hot, the crochets, but it wasn't hot in the pool when they be floating around and they would on your head. And then, the just for me perms, and it just kind of transitioned from that. But I think my first time, and I was pretty natural between the crochets and the, well, not natural, but just wore my own hair. Crochets and perms, or just maybe even cornrows. I didn't get my first salon experience was like 18, and then I got a sew-in at 21, and then it was over with.
Changed my life.
And a lot of that was, again, my hair is really, really thick, so I didn't want to have to like continue to take care of it. I like to wear it in a bunch of different styles, cornrows. I will wear a little curly fro sometimes, which my husband absolutely hated, but I would wear it, and even the straw curls, I would do my. I forgot the straw. Oh my God, I love it. I wore those literally for like 2 years, and my husband didn't say anything then, but when I was like, I think I'm gonna get it, he said, no, let's.
I want to
Let's
stop
think
you
about this.
because I want to talk about that. So you said your husband hated it. Did he give you feedback on why that was, and how did you feel when he said that?
Well, when he said, he didn't tell me at the time. He was like, oh, you look nice, and I was like, and I literally would wear something I wore for like 2 years.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, great. But he was like, if you really like it, of course, I'm not going to stop you from wearing it, but I don't like it. He also didn't really like sew-ins. He liked them to look really, really natural. And when I first started wearing them, I was wearing them like 20 inches, I don't know, whatever it was. Now it's usually a little bit
So
past
he
my
didn't
shoulder.
like the natural curl,
The natural curl.
fro, and he didn't like the
sew-ins, right.
So
it's like I would trial and error. Because I want him to like what I look like. When we started dating in high school, and I just wore my hair, and that's what he liked.
Okay. So he liked it.
Yeah, he's just like, you didn't wear any of this.
that's typically
when I met you.
That's been from my
But I was a
experience.
child.
Yeah, like with most men. First of all, I feel like most, especially black men, they prefer your
Yeah.
real hair.
Yeah.
Not necessarily in a natural state. So although it may not be things of curls or whatever.
Yeah.
But first of all, sir, I'm really trying to work on that. Dear future husband, I'm gonna work on it. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, so a guy that I actually dated, he preferred the weave because that's how he met me. So when I wore my natural hair, he was like, oh yeah, you're pretty, you're beautiful, your face doesn't change. But he was used to like the inches, and this is before I got my real inches with my real hair.
Okay.
You know, so this was like
The real bundles.
you know what I'm saying? Real life. So this is like just transitioning out of relaxed hair, cutting it down a little bit, and it was still nice and well groomed, but it wasn't like the Floyd Pocahontas. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like with my experience in dating, most men prefer the natural real hair, but if you're gonna do the bundles, kind of like with your husband,
like it
make
needs
it
to
look
look like
natural.
yours.
And
But
these lace
my
fronts-
question is, do men
That's a
prefer
recent
the natural
shift
hair?
too.
Because, like you said, she said she had the curly fro, and then you had the natural hair, but the men aren't necessarily like, ooh, girl, you look sexy. You know what I mean?
They want
in
you
the
to have
natural
long.
state. They want you to do something extra to it. So is it really a natural
That's
look?
what
I think it takes a special kind of guy
Right.
to really want your hair to be in that natural, really curly state. I think it takes a special kind of guy.
It takes a because
I think they want a special type of curl.
I don't want my hair. I'm gonna say, let me be honest.
They want a special.
I don't want my own hair in its natural state.
Right.
So
They want it
if he
soft.
did, I would be like, sir, we're gonna have to figure something else out. I don't like it like this. I don't.
They want that soft LMA curl, and I'm gonna give you that
And
Erica
I'm
Badu.
giving you worse than Erica. What's the grades? The hardest
And then
grades.
that's real.
That's what I have.
walk out I would never wash my hair and walk out the house.
A
with
wash
my
and go?
natural I would never do a wash and go.
So if you guys saying that,
Why is that?
if anybody truly natural, then
And
we're
that's
doing
my point.
something- Like my hair, it was it was blow dried. I did
It
flat
was
twists.
stretched, kind of.
Yeah, it was stretched, and then
Yeah.
I untwisted it. So are we really wearing our hair in natural state when
Yeah,
we say
we're
we're
not.
That's a good
not?
question.
And
And we're
we're
posing
both
that. We're posing that question to you, the viewers. Is your hair in a natural state when you're
Truly
wearing it natural,
Yeah.
no perm? And we often think no perm, no chemicals is
Yeah.
natural.
Yeah.
Are you really natural? Do you consider that to be natural?
Yeah.
Talk to us. Let us know.
And you raised a good point. I'm gonna let you jump in. You raised a good point about the curl pattern. We like certain curl patterns.
Yeah.
And then we get into the conversation about good hair.
Yes.
What is good hair? What
Yep.
does that look like, right?
Yeah.
And so if your hair is a little bit more kinky, on the kinky side, what is it? 4C, 4? I don't know the.
I'm a 4C girl.
But your hair looks amazing.
I love it.
But my curl pattern, I can't wash and go with this. This was me
Okay.
sitting at home last night with my gel.
See, that's what I'm
curls. I let it dry. You know,
Okay.
I did it this morning.
Yeah.
So it takes work for me to
Yeah,
get
to
this.
get into a state that, okay.
But I think that goes to say something, right? Like, what does that mean when we as Black women, or as a woman in general, don't like how we look in our natural state, right? And in many cases, I feel like a lot of times it's like I have to wear weave so I can look like my best self. It's kind of like makeup. Like, yes, you should use makeup to accentuate, your beauty, but if you can't walk out the house without a face full of makeup and not feel confident in who you are, if you can't walk out the house without a weave or without something extra, like, then you have a problem. And I feel like a lot of people aren't thinking about that and what it's doing to our self-image as Black people, because now we're putting the European standard as the go-to. And so that's why I feel like we need to embrace what that looks like when we don't do all of that extra
And
stuff.
you can see me chomping at the bit because I want to jump in here because
I did too.
when you talk about Black hair and the history of Black hair in the 70s, right? And we had the Black Power movement, the Civil Rights movement, right? And so do you think the way that we wear our hair is a reflection of the times, right? Because back then, if you wore an afro, that was the thing to wear.
Yeah.
You picked your hair out, you were
Yeah.
liberated, and you were in your Blackness,
Yeah.
right? And that was the go-to hairstyle. But now, not so much. Is that a reflection of the times? We're seeing a lot of the wigs, the lace fronts. What do you guys think about in the straighter hair?
I think it's definitely a reflection of the
I'm
time.
gonna say yes.
I think it's a reflection of the times, and like she said, Black people all said, we don't really care for our natural hair patterns, and so we are trying other things.
And
that
even
we feel
further,
comfortable
I
with.
just feel like the evolution of education. So with stylists and growing up, when I went and got a perm, well, first of all, when I was in college, I had a sew-in, and I left it entirely too long. Let's be very clear. And it got to a point where we were literally cutting braids out of my head. It was only, I just said maintain it is what I'm saying, because it really wasn't that long. Because now people wear sew-ins for like 3 months, and you'll be fine. But I think, that when we took it out, I put a perm directly in my hair.
Oh, Lord.
Girl, don't get me started. I went to the salon the next day, like, emergency, like, sis, you have to help me.
Wow.
She put another perm.
Oh my God.
The next day. And it was, they had different grades of perms, whatever she was trying to say. Now, let's be very clear. My hair was quote unquote laid, but my hair it's fairly thick in the top, so it was like there were sores. It was just, she was like combing it up. It was disgusting. But I'm saying all that to say, I feel like they were doing what they knew best at the time, because I don't feel like a stylist would do that today because they know too much.
I'm so glad I didn't go till I was 18.
You know what I'm
The
saying?
evolution of just the
The
what we
evolution
know.
of education,
Yeah.
the do's and the don'ts and things of that nature.
So let's talk about the things we do and don't do because of our hair,
Yeah.
right? I know for me, I missed 2 weeks of working out because my hair, I didn't have braids in, and I was not about to sweat out my press out. I had a silky press out, and it was gonna last 2 weeks. Why? Because I paid good money for it.
That's it. That's
Right? And so now I have my braids in. I go back to cycling class and things like that. But do you think Black women miss out on certain activities, fitness, going to the pool, things like sex?
I'm about to say, I think
Oh,
they
that's not
do.
what's that.
I think they do.
We got that.
Definitely, like you said, working out and swimming.
She said not sex though.
No. Not so. Okay. But definitely working out and swimming. For me, that's why I love sew-ins. I have not done those things because of my hair, because I've been wearing sew-ins, I've been wearing braids, and even with sew-ins, there's a little bit of leave out there, but I am still pretty much like I don't care, you know, it's just hair. I think I got like that maybe like 24. I was like, it's just hair. My body, you know, I gotta take care of my body. I could die. You know what I'm saying? So it's just hair. Seriously. So I'm like, it is what it is. So I will literally, I will mess up my hair for exercise. But I know my friends and family, they're like, girl, no, I just got my hair done. I'll see you in 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to keep this conversation going with working out, exercise, and your hair after this break.
Want to join the conversation? Follow us at the official page of the HighLight TV on Instagram and Twitter.
All right, highlighters, we're back. So we just finished the conversation about what you don't do because of your hair. And I think on today's panel, we have some pretty strong opinions. And I'll start with mine. Don't shoot. But I really think because so much of our identity and how we feel about ourselves is tied to how we wear our hair. So whenever I see a woman who changes her hair from week to week or every other week, whether it's a different color every other week, or if 1 week is long and then the next week she comes back and it's short, and then she got natural this week, and then I think that there's a little bit of self-esteem and there's some self-identity issues linked.
Can she just be adventurous?
I think at the core of adventurous, I think that there's an identity, something, even like you mentioned, an outfit. So I have a particular style of dress that I like. Not saying, like, because today it's kind of risque.
You're giving us Tina Turner.
Right? However, but if I came and showed up at the next recording, that's something completely, because you all kind of go, yeah, that's Terica.
Yeah,
right?
that's all great.
Right. But if I showed up with something completely, you'd be like, Terica, what's going on today? How you feeling today? And I remember working with an individual who every week she went to go get her hair done a lot. And every week we never knew who she was going to walk in. and just observing her management style, I knew that there was some self-esteem issues.
But
and her hair was the absolute.
But getting your hair done is a confidence boost, right?
Yeah,
it makes
it
you
is.
feel good. Let's talk about how getting your hair done makes you feel.
Yeah.
How does it make you guys feel when you get your hair done? Me personally, I hate going to the salon.
Yeah.
But when I'm done, I want to take that selfie. I want to go out.
Girl, I'm going to have a whole try-on session at the house with all the clothes that I tried on when my hair wasn't done. Now I got to try it on with my hair done because it looks completely different.
You feel better and you look better. That's just the truth.
It definitely makes
Who else has an opinion on this?
No, it definitely makes you feel good. But I'm the anti-person. I'm like anti-society, anti-tradition. So I don't want it to make me feel good. But at the end of the day, when you get a hairstyle, it does make you. It's a boost of confidence. I completely agree.
Like,
I was speaking to what Terica was saying. With just changing the hairstyles, I have changed hairstyles so many times over the years. I think over the years. Not over the years. Yeah, over the years.
And we're going to show you guys.
Yes, I have went through. I feel like I have the biggest transition from each hairstyle. I've had
Not really, because all of
curly
it is long.
mohawks.
You got to come 1 week and shave your head. Next week you got a wig
You're
on.
true.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
talking about.
That's true. But I do understand. Even then, on point to that, I pretty much stay consistent though. Like throughout the year, I have 2 times of the year that I get braids.
Yeah.
I have
She has a cycle.
I do. It literally is. I'm not joking. Like every 4 months, I get braids. I'll wear my hair out. I'll put it to a bun or a crown for 2 or 3 weeks. Then I'll go to a sew-in. Like that's literally just. That's how it is.
And
It's
at
been
one
like that
point,
for 5
you said you
years.
kept the same hairstyle for 2 years.
Oh yeah,
So
with the
you're
straw.
consistent.
Yeah, with the little straw. I love it.
That's a stable.
But you said
Yeah.
that, and I want to pinpoint something too. I have friends, and I'm saying this is you, but I have friends that I've never seen their real hair.
baby.
That's a problem to
I've
me.
never seen their real hair.
I have
Grade
one of them
school.
too.
They
That's a problem.
stay with something in their head.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
And so to me, that signals something else is going
Yes.
on.
Yeah.
Can
Okay,
I say this
yeah,
real
go ahead.
quick? And I promise I'm going to be quiet after this. So, my daughter, Nina, and y'all know I talk about Nina all the time. When I first got Nina, her mother had shaved her head. Okay? And I made it a point. We got her braids one time to get through the transition where she had enough hair. Because she was so young when that happened, about 5th or 6th grade. I strongly believe in little girls embracing how they look without weave.
Agreed.
So I don't care what the transition was. She was cute the whole way, but I wouldn't allow her to get weave until she turned about 16 or 17. Why? Because now she can put in weave and be like, "Ooh, I can't wait to get this out of my head so I can wear my own hair."
Yeah.
And oftentimes we don't allow our young girls to get to love themselves without the weave first.
But the weave is getting put in younger and
Oh,
younger.
absolutely.
Stop.
We
have to
have
stop.
The color of the
Like-
weave as well. I was
We have to
blown away.
stop.
There was about a 6
These
or 7
babies
year
be women that don't like themselves without looking.
And like you said, if you never know what you look like in your natural state, then it's kind of like, this is what beauty looks like. Like, and when people fawn over you, when you get your new braids and you got your little beads, and it's like, I get all this attention, and I'm a 5-year-old kindergartner because I have these extra, give me extra braids, give me extra beads, and it's like, that's a problem.
And to go back to what you said, it ring a bell because it's like, you have to let little girls know what they look like. For me, with my flower perm in my hair young, I had to keep getting my hair done, and then after about 12 or 13, my mother was like, okay, you can do your own hair. So then what? I started putting color in it, and shit started falling out. Right? It got shorter and shorter. Then what I want to do? Put a weave in. So it's like,
It's a cycle.
It's a cycle. So honestly, for me, I didn't gain my confidence until I cut off my hair.
Who here has a relaxer?
I do.
You have a relaxer. You still have a relaxer, but nobody else, right? Okay, so I stopped getting a relaxer probably about 8 years ago. And I feel like that was the best thing I've ever done. But you still get a relaxer. Why? Tell us why.
With short hair. Unless you want to wear the short, curly, kind of afro look. Outside of that, when you want to wear a short hair, like a pixie cut or something like that, you better get a perm.
I can agree.
Or else
you gonna burn
every
your
time
hair
I
out.
go to the shop,
Yeah,
it's
it's gonna burn it out.
$100 plus. And so if you don't have a perm to like keep these little sides laid right here, as soon as you step out the salon, after you paid $100, you'd have to go. You better get a perm.
I do want to address like some of the misconceptions of going natural. I know a lot of women, or maybe one of the biggest things, a lot of women think, or people in general think that you go natural, it's low maintenance. Where that is not necessarily always the case. If anything, when you go natural, it's more maintenance, but it's all about finding what works for you. Can you tell us a little bit about what works for you? Because I know we were talking about time. And you having to take the time to get these beautiful locks.
Thank you. Now I will say I do think like having locks is a little bit different than just like being fully natural. Because I feel like with locks, it is a bit less maintenance, but people think it's no maintenance at all. Like, yes, I have to wash my hair, sis. Like, yes, I need to keep it moisturized. Like, but I have the privilege of only being able to, I only have to get my hair done once every 2 months. And it lasts, it looks great. And even when it's like roughing, after you lock the hair, you're good to go. Whereas someone I know who's like super natural, I know my sister's been trying to transition to natural forever. She has no idea what to do to her hair. She's like, I tried the Bantu knot, I tried to do this, and I tried to do that.
It's tough.
And knowing what products to use, what styles to do. Like,
Finding the products, that's a journey. Finding what works for your hair.
So how much, and I want to talk about pricing, and before we go, how much does a style like that cost you?
Well, this was free because my cousin did it. But on a regular day, probably somewhere between like $75 and $150.
That's for the relock, for the retwist.
For the retwist, the style, the wash,
What is the most anyone here has paid to get their hair done?
Real or
like in life?
Ever.
180 for a short for this.
Yeah. Well, for my braids that I get done every 2 months or so, that's at 160.
200.
So.
when I had my bundles, I probably 400.
And including hair. Let's include hair.
Because you pay for the hair, then the install.
That's true. Mine was $450. Never again. It was one time and one time. I would never ever.
What did you get for $450?
So including the bundle. Put in the bundle. And this is the time where sewing became a thing. So it wasn't like installing a unit. No, it was having to braid their hair down, having to sew it in. It was a U part, having to straighten my hair and blend it. It was $450.
So now, do we understand why there are so many beauty supply stores in the Black community? Listen to these prices.
But they're never owned by Black people though.
This is true. This is true.
Well, that's a whole nother
I was about to say because I go to the Black beauty supply stores and the prices are always 3 times higher.
Terica, that's another
Support
story.
But I will not. When I can go down the street and do it.
But
and I said what I said.
Hashtag I said what I said. I think this was a beautiful conversation, ladies. I think everyone looks amazing, but I think at the end of the day, the real message we want to take away from this is we want to all feel beautiful. We all want to look beautiful and rock what you want to rock. At the end of the day.
And like India Ari said, you're not your hair.
And I really quickly, I've shocked a lot of people, a lot of you guys on this panel. So we didn't even talk about wigs.
Oh,
boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen.
It looks so good.
someone who is very India-Ari and looking and seeing those representations of black women in natural hair. And I was just like, I had my perm, but it was still my hair. And I took pride in that. Then I got to college and life happened.
Yeah,
and I sat down and one of my best friends to this day who still does my hair every now and then when she makes wigs. Now, evolution.
We need her number.
Yeah, what's her name? Her IG?
Got you Kiera Barrett, girl, I'm gonna shout you out. Key Elements on Instagram. But I said all that to say, I started competing in pageants really getting serious about my pageant career, if you will. And I sat down and had a sew-in. My life was changed. I said, I'm so sorry that I ever disrespected you, weave. Because seriously, in Hair Crisis, you throw on a wig, if it's naturally blended, the world will never know.
But wigs never worked for me, and I would say they always look like I put a hat on top of my head.
That goes back to products, that goes back to shoes, clothes, anything in life. You have to find what works for you. Because this is not a one size fits all. This wig is literally fitted to my head, so it's not a one size fits all.
And I think that's the message that we're going to take away from this show. Do what works for you.
Exactly.
Right?
I like that.
All right, ladies. Until next time, this has been the HighLight. We'll see you soon.
My hair is goals. My hair is mine.
My hair is unapologetically free.
My hair is fullness.
My hair is versatile.
My hair is classic.
My hair is